Today, I'm going to teach you the basics starting a crusade. Why are you laughing at me?
All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything.
So you probably have some really big overarching questions, such as, what is Warhammer? So what is Warhammer 40K? Well, one, it's different from its counterpart, Warhammer Age of Sigmar. It's set in a sci-fi futuristic setting where things are not going so well for humanity. It's a tabletop war game where you use miniatures of your select faction or factions. You roll some dice, play by some rules, and see who wins. So what's the difference between Warhammer and a Crusade? Well, Crusade is taking Warhammer and adding a narrative to it, where you have your story of people fighting it out and duking it for duking, where you have people who fight it out narratively speaking. And this could be as complex as having a really elaborate written out story, or it could be Saturday morning cartoon evil. It's really up to you. What do you need to play? You need a basic understanding of the rules to begin with, because Crusade builds off of that basic concept of Warhammer. You're gonna need a tape measure, dice, and friends. Also, you're gonna need about 50 points worth of miniatures, which will run you a little bit of money. Anything extra you could probably find on their website. I know they have the basic rules there, and you can learn them for free. There's also tons of fantastic YouTube videos that you can go watch that are pretty comprehensive and don't need much explaining here. So, why would you do a crusade? Well, kind of like I outlined earlier, it's Warhammer, but spicy. It's got all the options of making a fun and interesting narrative for your dudes. I love writing a small narrative. For me, I like to keep it simple, and so I include everybody's, little factions, storylines in about a paragraph per person. We have a fairly large crusade, and so I keep it simple and short. And here's the thing. Everyone loves it. It's their favorite part about getting to hear how their guys beat up the evil Xenos, or their guys beat up Chaos, or, everyone's favorite, we beat the shit out of the Imperium. Awesome. What's the difference between a crusade and a tournament? A tournament is typically you bring your best, you give your best, and you're typically playing for a prize. Where a crusade is, well, it's for fun. But isn't all Warhammer for fun? Well, yes, it is. But a crusade is about telling a narrative, something maybe similar to Dungeons and Dragons, where it's more about telling a narrative and seeing where things go based on the outcomes of your games. How many people do I need? You can play 2 people. Honestly, that's how our crusade was going to begin. Well, with 3 people, actually. But it grew to be 7 people. And to be fair, that's a lot. If it weren't for my extreme amount of patience and ability to teach people, complex subjects in really small bite-sized pieces, it would be a lot. It honestly would be quite a bit. But I'm also lucky. I have some experienced players in my group who I don't have to teach the fundamentals to. Where we have 2 other excellent players, and they're brand new. So really, that pretty much covers everything that I think I wanted to in this video. If you want me to cover another facet of Crusade, whether it be the bookkeeping, which I feel scares people off more than it should, because it's really not a lot. It's not any harder than playing D&D, or let's say you want to figure out how to start a narrative, or maybe you need to learn how to organize your players for a crusade. Let me know in the comments below, and I would be more than happy to go over it in the next one. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Really had a blast making this video, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks.